for a run to clear my head. Oh, traffic. To wait for the traffic, and then you have to wait again for the bloody level crossing barriers. Thank you. We missed it. That lady let me go, but we still missed it. I'm not going up the front, there's a bloody great lorry there. It's been a hell of a day. This is my second bike ride of the day actually. First one was cut a little bit short. I'll tell you what happened when I get going again. Yes, I'll tell you a story about the day so far. Well, it all started off when I got up early this morning. I got up early for me. I'm usually a late riser, but I don't go to bed till very early morning anyway. Anyway, I got up and got up early because I wanted to make sure that my son George could get to work on time, because he'd been having battery trouble with his van, and he put a new battery in, and I wanted to make sure that he got off and that the new battery had cured the problem. His last battery had just died. So anyway, we I was up, and then I got a call from George saying that his van had started okay and he was off to work. Excuse me. So as I was up anyway, and it was a lovely morning, if a bit cold, I thought I'd go for a ride on the Sportster, which I'm on now. So I went for a ride on that, and then I went to the Ceasefire Cafe and had a bacon sandwich. And while I was sitting there thinking about where to go next, I got a phone call from Trisha. Some of you know Trisha's my ex-partner. She's my son George's mum, and we're still close, and she lives nearby. She phoned me up. She was in agony, she couldn't move. She was in real pain, and this had come about, she'd just got back a few days ago from holiday, and when she was on holiday she'd fallen over. Excuse me. I've got the cold air coming in my mouth and I'm trying to talk. She'd fallen over and hurt her, she thought it was her leg, and it was on the Isles of Scilly. And an ambulance was called, but they don't have any, only a small island, they didn't have any x-ray facilities on the island, so they checked it all as best they could, and didn't think there was anything broken, so she came home, but she couldn't walk properly, and was still in a lot of pain, but actually had an appointment already to go to the hospital this morning. She was going to wait and see what they said. She had to go to the hospital because of her broken wrist, broken arm, that she broke about 6 months ago, and she's still undergoing therapy. So I was going to take her to the hospital at 11:30ish, her appointment time. But I was sitting in the C5 cafe, and I got a phone call. She couldn't move, she was in absolute agony, so could I come and help her? So I rode back to her place, which is right next to my place, as most of you know. And that bloke, funny walk, isn't it? Maybe he's doing a sort of a walk and a run, that guy. He can move. Yeah, so I got back and she was in agony in her bedroom, sitting on her bed, couldn't move at all. Wanted me to help her get into the car so we could go off to the hospital. She said if I went and asked the next door neighbour, perhaps the two of us could carry her to the car. But she was in such pain, crying out with pain, I didn't think it was a good idea to be moving her. So I called the ambulance. The ambulance came in about 40 minutes. A couple of ambulance ladies, they were really, really good. And they checked her out, and anyway, the long and the short of it is they think she may have splintered a bone or cracked a bone or something like that in her pelvis area. So she's off in hospital now, awaiting an x-ray, and I just phoned her up to see how she was getting on. She said she'd be a while, so I said, well, I'm going out for a ride on my bike, just to ride around locally as usual, just for an hour, get over it all. But the other trauma was, as I was coming back from the cafe this morning, I had the spare key to Trish's car. I thought I had it in my pocket. As I was riding along, back from the cafe, I felt something hit my boots. I thought it was a stone. And when I got back home, I couldn't find the spare key for Trish's car. And I thought, oh my God, that must have been the key I dropped. So while we were waiting for the ambulance, the next door neighbour came in to sit with Trish, and I went to look for the key by the ceasefire cafe. Stop here, and I think I'm talking to myself. Oh well, never mind. I talk to myself anyway. Bloody traffic's like London here now. Yeah, it was up here that I lost the key. And so I came back, and I in Trish's car, parked the car, and I walked a mile along the road and a mile back looking for this key that I thought I'd dropped out of my pocket. I swore I had it in my pocket, and I couldn't find it, so I went looking for about, it's quite a long walk. I got chatting to a couple of people, that was nice. And couldn't find the key, so I gave up and I came back. The ambulance had arrived by then, and anyway they put Trish into the ambulance. I'm glad I'm out. When I've told the story, I'm just going to shut the bloody camera off and just go for a ride. And yeah, so I got home and hung Trish's key up on my hook, her original car key, and what was hanging there also? The keys I thought I'd lost. They were hanging there. I hadn't even taken the bloody things out with me. So what had hit my boot, I don't know. It must have been, as I originally thought, it must have been a stone. Yeah, so I spent some time wandering up and down this road today looking for keys, a key that I hadn't lost. What a silly old bugger. All this on my right hand side, that way, used to be all nurseries. all been sold off, and houses. I mean, I suppose people have to live somewhere, but they're actually, I've noticed on the adverts that most of the houses aren't for sale, they're more for rental houses. I think it's people moving out of London, coming down to the south coast. Can't say I blame them. London's not what it was. Not the London I knew, definitely. That'll be someone going back to the prison after their day out. Like, in prison these days, you have days out. You your prison isn't like prison used to be in my day. Oh, when I was a naughty lad. Hooray! Castle over there, and the cathedral, and the South Downs. I'm looking for another gear then. I'm sorry I keep coughing. Because I'm talking, I haven't got my face covered. Anything about road closed down there, did it? I wonder if I can get around there. Let's see if I can get around this road closure. I can. beauties of having a motorbike, isn't it? Well, that'll be something to put on the video for you. As I'm not coming up this way, I'll oh, I don't know what the time is. If the pet shop's still open, I'll get Mia's dinner. Keep the engine on while you're backing like this. It makes it easier to move back. I'm not sure if that's true, that's just my theory. And here I am back home. I enjoyed that really, despite the traffic. Feel better for it. Thank you very much for joining me today. I'm bursting for a wee now, so I've got a dash. Bye. Bye.